Hi everyone, and welcome back to my channel. Thanks for joining me today. This video, well actually, I wasn't going to do a video on this particular purchase that I made just a few days ago. Not sure why, but I want to give a big thanks out to CC Castle, who asked me to do a video on this, well, what I'm getting ready to show you. Recently, CC and I were going back and forth the past day or so, conversing about the video that I did on the Louis Vuitton Alma bag, monogram Alma. I refurbished it. It's a long video on how I cleaned it out, you know, what I did to get it to look brand new, and you know, just some things that I could make it look and smell better, basically. And I bought that bag from a Japanese seller on eBay, and I was really pleased with that seller. And so I just recently decided to buy something else from them, and it's something I was contemplating for a few months, but I finally just buckled down and decided to just buy it because I got tired of like looking at it and just, you know, just, oh, I need to get it, I wish I should have gotten it, and it's just like, I'm just gonna do it. And it just so happened that Cece and I, we were talking about that seller, and she can't wait on receiving her Alma bag that she ordered from them. And I'm just like, well, I just recently ordered this bag I'm getting ready to show you, and I can't wait to receive mine as, you know, either. And she's like, well, can you do a video on it? And I'm sitting there like, yeah, I'll do a video on it. I don't know why I didn't plan on doing it, but anyway, after a couple of days hiatus, waiting on the mail carrier to figure out when they're going to deliver it, I went to USPS and picked it up myself. But anyway, I'll get to it. The name of the Japanese seller on eBay is called, their name is Apple Project. Can't see it because there's a glare. I just had to get close to the light because it's getting darker around here, and I'm trying to use natural light as I do this video. But I was really pleased with the Alma bag that I bought. So this particular bag, I feel really bad that I bought this bag because I owned this bag, this style bag before, but it was so many years old, and it's actually in one of the videos that I did on thrifting, and it got to the point where it was like it was tearing up, and I don't like carrying tore up bags, you know. And I'm just like, it's through, it's done. I'm gonna sell it. And I bought it for $100, and to my surprise, I sold it for like double, a little over double that. And I'm just like, Louis Vuitton holds its value. It doesn't depreciate, it appreciates, especially if it's an iconic it bag. So let's go ahead and reveal. Here's my unboxing. I probably already should have had this done because I'm just like, I don't want to take up, you know, too much of your time, and I don't want to injure myself trying to get to it. Oh boy. And I don't want to get a paper cut either. And I don't want to tear up the, oh shoot. Okay, good. I don't want to tear up the packing slip because this seller does have a return policy. Oh, here's a pack slip right here. They do have a return policy, but I was pleased with the last purchase, and I don't think I'm going to be returning this. Ugh, okay. They have a 30-day return policy. And that's another thing that reassured me the first time I bought something from them was if there's a return policy, you know, and it's a plus that shipping is free. But if it's a return policy, that lets me know that, okay, when I get the bag, if I'm unhappy with how it looks compared to how they displayed it online, or if I think maybe it's fake, I have that time to get it authenticated, and then I can just go from there with, you know, what I'm going to do with it. If it's fake, I'm telling them about it. Obviously, I'm sending it back. Or like I said, if it's in a condition that I'm not really, you know, too keen about, I'm like, well, I'm going to send it back. So that's my advice to you. If you're looking at something on eBay, especially if it's, you know, something that's Louis Vuitton, you know, any high-end upscale brand, Chanel, things like that, and you're really not sure, make sure their ratings are acceptable, you know, really high marks. They've been selling for a while, you know, how many things they've sold, you know, read the feedbacks and the comments and things like that, and see if they have a lot of negative versus positive, you know, feedback and comments, and, you know, look for a return policy. So that's my advice. Okay, here we are. Okay, thank you letter. I probably should be reading a little thank you card. Thank you. I don't know if you can see it in the glare. It says thank you right there. I'm excited. It's packed really nice in here, and you can probably tell by the handles what it is. But I ordered a Louis Vuitton Speedy 30 in monogram. So let us see. Oh, this is packed very well. Let us see what it looks like. And online, it's about, I think it's like 97, between 92 and 97 what the age is, but it's packed very well. And this is actually how you fold down a Speedy anyway. So this, I'm glad they did this, because this is like really cool. Because my first time ever buying a Speedy some years ago, I bought a Speedy for my daughter, and I nearly passed out when we got our bags and left, because when I got home, it was looking like this. I was like, who would fold a Speedy like that? You know, why would you fold a Louis Vuitton like that? But these bags are made to collapse because they're not structured. So anyway, let me get a little closer to you here so you can see this here. It looks like right now, as I'm thinking of some of the pictures, it looks pretty much similar to what the pictures were showing me. You know, just really dingy is what really I think a lot of these bags are, and they sell them for like really, really dirt cheap. And I think the year has a lot to do with it too. I guess, you know, who would want like a 30, 40-year-old bag versus like something brand new? So we'll just like sell it like really dirt cheap. Well, Louis Vuitton's quality is impeccable, and if you treat the bag right, the bag will treat you right, and the quality just speaks for itself. And really, I think vintage aged bags are better, they look better, and they wear better, in my opinion. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and unfold this. Oh my gosh, it really looks pretty good. It doesn't even smell that bad, and that's another thing too what I'm kind of concerned about is the smell. But I know how to clean out bags really well, just my experience, and you know, a couple of videos that I've done, mainly the one on the Alma. I've experimented with a lot of different ways, so it really doesn't bother me, but I do pay attention for if there's mold, if they say it's mold, because they'll tell you what it smells like. And this one here, it doesn't really smell that bad. They said it smells like perfume or old. See if you can see that in the light. But there's really hardly no stains in here. Because like I said, I looked at the pictures very well online before ordering it. It's really kind of hard to show you because it is a little overcast out, and it's not a lot of sun shining through here, or really at all, and you really can't see it. So sorry about that, but I guess I could take this part out, but it really looks really clean. This kind of, I was leery about that. The Louis Vuitton made in, you know, wherever it's going to be made in at is worn off. But that doesn't mean it's fake. It doesn't have a key, but it has the lock. And I'm trying to think, is it under here? It must be under this one. I think it's under this tab. You should see an imprint that some type of way it should say the size of the bag. If it's going to be 30 or 25 or 35, it should be imprinted here. I'm thinking. I don't see it, but this is quite worn out. So this is probably, you know, worn out as well there. So I'm going to be looking at it real well. But outside looks really well right now. I mean, there's no holes, which is a plus. But if anything, I'm just going to really get going and clean this bag up, because I'm really curious how this bag will look once I get done with it. And VI. Okay, there's the factory. VI. I don't think that's V1. VI, yeah. VI 0972. And that date code, that is a French factory VI 0972. 07 is July, 92 is 92. So July 1992. That's how old this bag is. So, you know, over 20 years old. And that's just great. So anyway, this is and it's wrinkly. It's really, really soft. But if you know a Speedy and if you know a broken Speedy, it doesn't have structure. When you first buy one, it's a little round, you know, it's a little boxy. It's like, oh, they have a new Speedy. Oh, they're brand new, you know. But when it's broken, you know, it will sag, and I actually like it better sagging. So this doesn't bother me. There's no squeaking. This looks really good up in here. I don't see any loosening of any rivets or anything. The yarn, though, is breaking away here, you know, but I don't think that the handle's going to be loose coming from that. It's just, you know, this has some years on it. This has some stories to tell. But I'm happy with this. So I'm not going to try it on now because it's not clean, but, you know, I would wear it in the crook of my arm, you know, let it sag. So, but like I said in the beginning of this video, the one that I had was actually from 1988, and it was actually from the French company, which they were licensed to sell Louis Vuitton in United States some years ago around that time. I don't know if it started in the 70s, but 70s and 80s, Louis Vuitton was so in demand that being that they were obviously over in France, they couldn't keep up with the demand over the United States. So they sought out the French company, a luggage company, to make the bags for the United States customers. So that's, and I came across that. I did a video on that Louis Vuitton bag, that Speedy that I had, and it started breaking here. The holes, they weren't really holes, it's just the canvas started breaking in the corners, and I was very self-conscious of that because I don't like carrying tore up bags and things like that. But that was it, and I sold it on eBay for a little over double than what I bought it for. I mean, I've seen bags on eBay that are literally falling apart and they're being auctioned off and people are buying them because somebody can always, you know, be handy enough to touch it up themselves and repair it themselves. Because I'm telling you, the brand new Speedies, if you can find one, not to hold you any longer, but this bag here cost me $294 US. The Speedies right now, you will, in my area, Louis Vuitton launched a brand new line. So a lot of the iconic bags, like the Speedy, say for example, Monogram, I think Damier Azur and Damier, you cannot find them in the boutiques here, not the brand new ones. They're only online if you can find them online, if they're not sold out or if it doesn't say call for availability. And Louis Vuitton across the board had a price increase early part of this year. So the price for a Speedy 25 Monogram, maybe Damier and Damier Azur, starts at $1,000. I remember I bought my daughter a Speedy years ago for like $600 and something. So that increase is crazy, but it's an iconic bag. It's an it bag, and along with the price increases all those years, Speedies cost some money. And then when you go from the 30 to the 35 to the 40, they are increasing by $20. So $1,000, $1,020, $1,040, $1,060. And because I sold my old Speedy and wanted another one, I wasn't paying $1,000. I know how to thrift. I know how to bargain shop. So I searched online. I had a good outcome with the Alma bag from this seller. And I was like, you know what? You got a Speedy bag. And I'm going to get a Speedy from this seller. And I'm happy. And I might get more. But I would like to have a Damier Azur. And they don't have many Damier Azurs. It's very hard to find a Damier or a Damier Azur that is pre-owned at a really budget price. Those are very high. They can run you $600-700, and it's just like, well, you know, probably not. You know, so I'm thinking about that. But anyway, this is my Speedy, my vintage pre-owned Speedy 30, July 1992, from a Japan seller on eBay, Apple Project. And I really like it, and I can't wait to get to cleaning it. And I will probably do a part 2 to this video to show you what it looks like after. But looking at this, there really isn't much to do to this bag. I just really can't wait to see the dirt that falls off when I use my cleaning and my cloths and things like that. And it doesn't smell like old or mildew, really. It just smells like perfume, like they describe very well. So this is a good bag, and it's better looking than a $1,000 brand new bag. But anyway, I'm not going to be talking any much longer. Thank you for stopping by. Thank you for viewing. Leave me your comments. Subscribe to my channel. Let's chat, and I'll see you again. Bye.